With Charlotte from Topcats. Lovely,
Afternoon.
rainy, horrible day in the UK, as you can probably tell. So we're here to actually talk about what Topcats do, who they are, and see a bit about what they're doing at the moment and what they're looking to do in the future.
Okay.
So, Charlotte, why don't you just give us a little introduction to Topcats and what they do?
Yeah, fine. Okay. Well, we've been around since 2002, so we've been around for quite some time now, really. We did initially start off as a small race team, running TVR Tuscans in the TVR Tuscan Challenge. So we were running TVRs in the TVR Tuscan Challenge, and we wanted to sort of grow our business and get more involved with TVR as a brand as a whole, and decided to venture into looking after TVR road cars.
Oh yes, because you're basically both a racing company and a sort of TVR
sort of
servicing company.
Multiple sort of divisions, really. But we started off, our core was a motor racing team, so our basis was based around race cars, and we were able to carry that through into road cars as well. So we set up our TVR servicing division also in 2002, actually. Very small, went to the TVR car clubs to go and introduce ourselves and say what we did, and we had our very first open day that year as well, and we had a really good gathering of people. They all came, and some people even left their cars with us on that day, and that really got us started, and it's just basically grown from there.
Yeah. So these are the new offices, and if I seem to remember correctly, you moved here in about 2020. Oh yeah, God blimey, that's a long time ago.
Feels like a lot. It doesn't feel like we've been here that long, but we have now. Yeah, we were in an old unit on the site, which is basically an old war unit, and we had sort of 3 bays, and you had to move the cars out to get the other car out, and it was really impractical, and we just grew out of it, and we knew for many years that we wanted to build our own workshop, and finally the chance came, and we custom built this unit. So we didn't buy it, we bought the land and built it how we wanted to build it, so that we could look after cars, service the cars, but also have customers be here for events which some people may already have come and seen and participated in, and just make it much more customer friendly, so that they can come and work here if they want to as well, and we service their cars while they wait, or whatever we want to do, and then bring them down, come and show them their cars. So we really wanted to make it much more interactive with the customer, rather than just them leaving the car and then going away.
Yeah, cool. Because I remember basically we held the event here when they first sort of set up, and they had the first, was it the second Stig? Along for the day.
Perry McCarthy, so he came and did the grand opening for us. It was really great. So it was a massive event. We had over 300 cars for that event, and it was phenomenal, fantastic. It really set us off on the right foot, actually. And
I think we also had the unveiling of Paul Blackwell's modified Sag as well.
That's right, yeah.
So I remember all the gas and the sort of steam that
we did the big
there.
reveal, the smoke machines and all the lights, and then we took it up the runway for everybody to see and do a few burnouts and things like that, so they could.
And Paul did his
really
usual, get rid of all the tyres on the back of his car.
Yeah, we get permission to do that. So that was really good. It's a real showpiece for us as well, because that's a real sort of that everybody associates that car with us now because of the work that we've done on it, and I know it's going through another sort of evolution again now, which we haven't seen yet, but that's going to be quite exciting when we see that again. So.
Yes, I've seen it a bit up at Brendan at Concept Performance.
Yes.
I think they've been basically extending the back or something,
widening
the
there's lots
arches
going on,
or something.
Yeah, so we're hoping we might get back that for a bit more tuning and see what else we can do with that, hopefully.
What engine's he putting in it now?
Well, it's currently the LS9, so it's a supercharged LS engine, and whatever we'd like to do more bits to it. I mean, technically you'd have to speak to Warren about that, but there's more. We always loved working on his car, and I know he's always really up for it. So if there's opportunities to do a bit more on it and make it even more sort of technologically advanced, then great,
Because of course the LS is your sort of LS conversions, your sort of specialisation, shall we say?
So we obviously we do the general servicing, repairs, and maintenance for TVRs, but we're very well renowned for taking the original Speed 6 engine out of the TVRs, because they have been known to have faults and things like that.
No, you don't say. You don't say.
So we LS engines are well renowned for being very reliable. There's no sort of warming up rituals you have to do. You can just literally turn the key, start the engine, off you go. There's low maintenance, very, very low cost. So we've done probably over 30 now, 30 TVR road car conversions.
So what's the usual sort of LS? Is it LS3?
LS3 and LS7, we do both.
Right.
So depending on what the customer wants, a bit of extra power. But we've tested them to limit because we run them in our race cars as well. So we run, as you know, 2 Marcos Mantis GT cars, and we've run the LS engine in those for many years, done 24-hour racing in them. So we know how reliable they are and how hard we can push them, and they are the exact same thing that goes into the road cars.
So plenty of testing.
Oh, plenty of testing.
Testing to destruction.
Yes,
which is always good. It's always good.
Yeah.
So which sort of cars do you or what sort of makes do you actually do? I know you do. Obviously, you do the TVR and you do the Marcos.
Yes.
Which other ones do you usually find a customer brings down?
Sort of next most regular is Corvette, again associated with the LS engines. We do quite a lot of Corvette as well. We do a bit of Mustang, but really anything V8 as well. We do a lot of special projects. So people might bring, old 1950s pickup trucks, and we'll either restore them or do whatever the customer wants. They'll come and tell us what their wish list is, and we try to fulfil their wish list or guide them in the right direction. What best way to go about getting what they want, really. So it might be a power upgrade, or it might be suspension, or it could be cosmetic or anything. So we pretty much do everything here, really.
So bodywork, engine
yeah.
servicing, engine.
Yeah.
So how much do you sort of what would you just trying to think of the right way of putting this question. How much would you sort of say most of the work that you do is sort of developmental, and how much of it is sort of servicing and just keeping the cars running?
Yeah, actually the majority of our work is servicing and repairs, and we get, I don't know, we probably do 7 or 8 really interesting special projects every year, because they can take time and it takes a bit of research. Warren's very good at researching things and sourcing parts and bits and pieces and trying to find the best thing to fulfill their requirements. So Warren's always been really good at that.
So you're sort of up for anything.
It's time consuming, but it's really good, and we always want to get the best for the customer. So it is time consuming, but it's really rewarding to produce a car that the customer really wants. So yes, we do that, and just general day-to-day servicing as well. So we've kind of got a finger in lots of things. We've got our own MOT bay as well.
Yeah.
So even, the most basic of things, we do our own MOT. So it's all and everything, really.
So sort of when you look at the types of TVRs that you do, what sort of the main TVRs are you doing? Are you sort of the older cars, or is the newer cars, or a mixture?
We always see a lot of TVR Chimeras and Griffiths, but we've got the Tuscans here, Cerberus. So it's a real mix, actually. We don't see a lot of the wedge-shaped TVRs anymore. I think they are now more of a hobby car for the owners, so they tend to tinker around their cars a lot more. So we very rarely see those. But the later Peter Wheeler cars, we are generally our bread and butter.
So sort of 1990s to probably about 2004, 2005, something like that.
Exactly. Yeah. So.
Because I've got I may have told you before, I've got a wedge, a 280i.
Okay, yes,
2080i.
Yes.
Fixed head coupe, 1982, 2+2.
Yeah.
Which is the rarest combination, I think.
I thought you might, because you've got a good little collection of cars.
Yes, you know what I'm like. But so I've been sort of bought that about 4 years ago off eBay, and sort of it's one of the project cars that I'm trying to get to eventually.
Yes, I
once
know.
I've done the Marcos
in
and
the queue
the
behind your others, I know. They do go on for a long time, actually.
Yes, I know. Well, fortunately, the guy I bought it from had done most of it. He'd done about 80% of it, but the rest of the 80% was the difficult part.
Yeah.
So it's been sort of hanging around trying to wait for the other project cars to finish.
Yeah.
So, and as you know, I've got the Cigaris and the Marcos as well, and those are sort of, hopefully the Marcos will be coming here for a supercharger.
Yeah, we're still
conversion.
waiting, Alex.
Yes, and I'm still waiting.
We're looking forward to seeing that one, because we haven't seen it yet.
Yes. Unfortunately, it's one of those cars that you start to dig into, and it's like more. So I've been trying to get most of the sort of bodywork sorted out first, and then once that's done, we'll try and bring it down here. And of course, that will be going through one of these little creative projects that you were talking about, which is like.
So you sit down with Warren.
Yes.
You tell him what you want, and we tell you how realistic it is.
And how much money is it going to cost, which is always the fun part.
Yes, exactly.
As we know.
Yeah.
So, shall we just have a quick look around at some of the cars?
I can show you around the workshop.
Yeah, sure. Let's do that.
So on the left-hand side, we do a lot of car storage as well. So we store anything really, long-term, short-term. So if it's long-term, we very often have customers that want to take their cars out the weekend. So give us a couple of days' notice. So we'll get the car ready for them, prepped and ready, and then they take it away, and then bring it back maybe at the end of the weekend. And the great thing about being here is that we've got noise. You've got to work.
Yeah, you got to work.
The great thing is that we've got 24-hour site security, so the car can be dropped at any time, day or night, any day of the week. So it's really convenient for customers, and that includes for servicing and things as well. So we have the vehicle storage side of things. We've got a couple of our race cars here. So this here is the Mosler MT900, which is LS powered again. So again, that's done lots of 24-hour racing. And then we've got a road car which we're recommissioning again. So that's a big major project that we're doing on that one now. So we're just about to start work on that.
Quite a rare car.
Very rare. So we're just starting out on that one. There's lots of work going on with that. And then we've got lots of really old cars, and we've got even a Mini that we're doing work on, Caterhams.
Oh yes, I remember.
And then as you come round to the very latest in technology, which is the Lamborghini Huracan Super Trofeo.
Which I believe you race with Warren.
Well, I don't yet, but I'm hoping. There's nothing firmed yet, but I'm hoping I might be racing it next year. But Warren's racing it with another driver called Jensen Lunn, who actually owns the car, and they started racing it this season, having raced together in the Marcos Mantis last year. So they've got up a big step now into something a lot more modern. And then panning round, we've got our work bays where the guys work, and they've got a huge mix of cars that we work with. Some of which we can't tell you about because there's some top secret stuff going on at the moment. So
I already had a chat. I already had a chat with Warren about that.
But that will be revealed later.
Yeah.
So some of the things that you see on this film, you'll see maybe on the TV a bit later on.
Yes, no, I heard about that, but I will keep mum.
Right, fine. Okay, do you want to have a look down our little stock rooms and what we've got?
Sure.
Machine rooms. So we have our own kitchen and toilet facilities for the customers. We have a small stock room with little small parts for spray paints and tapes and things like that. Then we have machine room. So, we're old school here, so we've got a load of old machinery because we do a lot of our work ourselves. We do machining and things like that.
What's this typically used for? Is that for engine rebuilds?
Yes, it could be.
Like that?
With TVRs, no two TVRs are the same, so we end up having to make a lot of bespoke parts and things like that to make things fit and that sort of thing. So we lots of stuff like that.
All fiddly stuff with TVRs.
Repairing things and all that sort of stuff. And then we have another workroom which is kind of more the softer side of things, our engine room. So we've got lots of bits of engine in there. And then through here, this is like an Aladdin's cave of parts for TVR and Corvette in here. So we've got huge stock of new and second-hand parts for engines and gearboxes and all sorts of stuff in here. So.
And as you could tell, someone's doing a lot of lovely revving up at the moment.
And then we have upstairs, which we've got we built in a mezzanine as well because we wanted to have an area for customers where we could entertain, and they can sit down and have breakfasts and on our open days and things like that, and our offices are upstairs as well. So we tried to sort of cover everything. I'll show our MOT bay if you want to come and look at that.
Just have a look at the Lambo.
You've got to have a close up.
I've got to have a close up of the Lambo.
It's
always.
not the cleanest at the moment. That's post-race, that is.
Out getting dirty over the weekend.
Yeah, that's a lot of tar rubbing to the front of the car there. Kez is hiding. suppose while they're here, I might as well introduce you. That's Danny, and a lot of people know Brian as well. He's been with us for decades, so a lot of people, he's well known with TVR, and Danny is actually his nephew.
Hi, Danny.
So he's a good pedigree.
Yeah. Oh yes, I think Danny's still supposed to be writing an article for us, isn't
Yes,
he?
yes. Oh no, he has actually, but I haven't sent it through to you because I still need to make it a bit bigger.
Ah, okay.
Needs to be a bit more than one page.
Always helpful, yes.
Sorry. That's enough, yeah. I think. Must be in the pocket, yeah.
Is it?
Yeah, I know, so you need to move it, don't
I
you?
do.
Okay, so this is our MOT bay. So this is, we do everything up class 4 and class 7, so we do vans and so anything. So it's not always glamorous and posh fast sports cars. It's, as you can see, it's day-to-day road cars, vans,
whatever the customer brings in. Yep. Nice and clean.
Yeah. You want to come and take a look upstairs?
Yep, might as well. Get a whole lot in. Ah, Marcos bonnet.
Interesting.
Marcos
bonnet, yeah.
Yep.
Always good to have a spare.
Yep, as I know. Been able to rebuild mine about 3 times now.
Yeah, we get through a few. We get through a few front splitters from racing and things like that, but she has a few knocks. Most of the stuff we can repair. But if it's really bad, then we'd have to put a new one on.
Yeah.
But
Well, those bonnets are pretty horrible for doing because I've got a Marcos as well, and the bonnet's actually sort of been shifting, so it's gone to the right, so it's scraping on the wheel.
Yeah,
so it's been sort of resculptured.
It's another problem you're trying to rectify now.
Yes, another problem to try to rectify. Yeah, another one.
Right, just quickly, we've got a small reception room as well. So we have a reception room for people that might just be coming for MOTs. A little viewing window so they can sit here if it's just MOT servicing. But we do have another room upstairs which is for customers that they can sit in when they're here for a little while.
Playing around while the sort of work's being done.
Exactly.
Yes.
So we're going to have a look upstairs.
Yep, cool. Do I spy with my little T440 there? Or is that a racing sag?
Where? I'd like to say yes, but no. Which one are you looking at?
Oh, it's a racing sag, isn't it?
Yeah, in fact that's Steve Glynn's car.
Ah, right, yes.
A few people might know him as well from old.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we've still got that in storage. He's actually racing with me at Snetterton in 2 weeks.
Oh, right.
So he's coming out he hasn't raced for a few years actually, so it's his first outing for probably 6, 7 years, I think, a little while, yeah.
So quite a few TVRs up there.
Yeah.
Shall get a shot of.
And get another view from the top of the mezzanine as well. So this is where we'll often have people come up and sit and eat bacon rolls and things like that, and you get such a good view from here as well to look at all the cars that we've sort of got on display.
So these ones in long-term storage then?
Yeah, so the ones under cover are storage, or they might be stuff that we're working on or waiting to work on and things like that as well. Get a good view of all our trophies here as well.
Yeah, plug the trophies, plug the trophies. Fortunately, I don't think my camera can go that far, but hey.
Yeah.
At least we can capture the cars.
Yes.
So do you still offer the storage service?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so you you basically, is it just a dry storage, or is it sort of dry storage plus sort of maintenance and stuff like that?
What we can do whatever the customer wants. So generally, if it's just dry storage, we would just be making sure the battery stays charged, get the tyres pumped up. We'd run it up every now and again. Before the car goes in for storage, we give it a wash, clean and dry, make sure it's all ready for storage. And if a customer wants us doing it, obviously, because we're already part and parcel of the servicing division, if they want work doing on it, we'll
just do it as part of normal. Yeah. Cool. So I'm guessing that those TVRs along the top there have been there for quite a while.
One's a bit dusty. Don't zoom in on that one. That needs dusting.
And we've got a nice Marcos over here as well.
We have, yeah.
Mantaro, if I remember correctly. Yeah.
It's been here for a while as well.
Yes, I remember seeing it before I've been here.
Yeah.
So do you get many Marcuses here, or is it mostly
we get a few.
TVR?
I mean, the ratio of Marcuses to TVRs, Marcuses are much fewer.
Much
so
smaller,
we don't see anywhere near as many Marcuses do TVRs. We see a few, but not many at all, really. So I'll show you. We've got a club suite as well.
Yep.
So if you just don't zoom in on the mess. So we have people come in and work in here. Set your laptop up, sit down. We make them tea, coffee, give them a few biscuits, keep them going for the day. Another small lounge area here as well if they want to just sit down and read a magazine while they wait.
Oh, must focus in on.
Oh, there we go. So
focus in on that.
And I didn't even do that. It was already like that. It wasn't pre-planned or anything.
No, of course not. Of course not. Always good to get the plug in.
Yeah.